Hey everybody, fans of the League of Extraordinary Frontmen, this is Anarchy's toy review. I know it's been a long time since I did a review. I've been having some camera issues and I've been a little busy. Please forgive me for holding up. But today I kind of felt motivated to do something. And I know usually I do a toy review, but today we lost somebody very special. We lost Adam West, who passed away at the age of 88 of leukemia. And I know he had a great life. Actually, he had some ups and downs, but he was like the Cape Crusader himself. He was always a fighter, and his story was always very, very, very inspirational. And I know for me, as along with a lot of other Batman fans out there, he was very important to our childhood, and he was the Batman that we judged everybody else by. Regardless of how the script and story and the tone of the movies or television shows that came afterwards might have changed, Adam West was most of our Batman. I mean, you think Adam West, you think Batman, you think Batman, you think Adam West. I think next to Kevin Conroy, those two are probably the most iconic voices you'll ever hear play that role. As a matter of fact, as a kid, I heard Adam West's voice reading the comic book until the animated series came out, and then when I read the comic book, I would hear Kevin Conroy. But anyway, I'm doing a special today. Adam West as the Cape Crusader. Some things you probably know about that are pretty common, and some things that might be a little bit of a surprise. First of all, I'm very proud to say I have my 1966 Batmobile with my Adam West Batman figure here, and Burt Ward as Robin, kind of for being here to support me during my review. Yeah, anyway, so had to throw a toy in there somewhere. First, we have the icon, the thing that any other Batman thing has been compared to ever since. But we have the 1966 Batman Adam West Burt Ward TV series. There are so many things in this show that was iconic to the character of Batman. Actually, and cinema and comic books as we know it. It influenced the darker turn of Batman that came out in the 70s. It also created the character of Mr. Freeze. They created this character, and then later on in the animated series, they gave him an origin, and the comic books followed suit to that. Adam West knew that it was campy, and it was a little over the top, and very colorful, and very bright, and kind of everything that television needed at that time. And he, in this show, made Batman a household name. He literally made Batman the Beatles, and then the merchandising and of course the toys that followed. For this, I could never thank him enough. And again, very iconic. This is the DVD collection that came out a couple years back. It has a lot of episodes. Every episode they used to run 45 minutes apiece, and every story had two episodes combined with a cliffhanging ending through the first one that left our dynamic duo in a dastardly predicament, and then you'd have to return the next week, same bad time, same bad channel, to go back and watch some more. This DVD collection has every episode. Another piece of information that people might not know about, Bruce Lee actually had his first television appearance in America on this show, playing Kato with the Green Hornet. It was a kind of a cross thing that they did to kick off a sideshow. Also comes with a little episode guide booklet, and if you want to sit down and watch every episode, you're in for probably a couple good months of television enjoyment with this. Back in those days, there was a lot more episodes per season. I'm not going to get too much into the history of television, though. We're here to talk about Adam West. Now, again, for a lot of people that felt that this guy was our Batman, a lot of people wanted to know what he did afterwards. Problem was Adam West got typecasted, and he lost a lot of his money. He couldn't afford his lifestyle anymore and couldn't get cast in anything else for a long time. When they did the Tim Burton Batman movie, he actually tried to get the role of Batman until he read the script and he realized that wasn't the Batman that he could do anymore. Where some people would look at that as a tragic story, Adam West kind of bounced back a little bit. He even at one point had to sell the Bat costume that he had to try to pay his rent, and that was a true story. He didn't stop there, because again, his voice was iconic. We all relate to it. You can impersonate that voice, but you can never make it what he did. And some people wanted to see more of Adam West, and we got that. We got that actually in the very first season of Batman the Animated Series. Believe it or not, the very first season, one of the earlier episodes, an episode called Beware the Grey Ghost, episode 18 on disc 3, Adam West played the character of the Grey Ghost. And it was almost autobiographical, where it was actually Bruce Wayne's earliest influence as a superhero that he used to watch on television. And the actor of that superhero was voiced by Adam West. It was actually a very, very touching episode because Bruce Wayne, at first, actually Batman thinking that the Grey Ghost was involved in these crimes that were going on, he eventually has to call in his childhood television idol to come in and help him out. And similar to Adam West, he kind of had fallen onto hard times because of typecasting. It's actually one of those things about Batman the Animated Series that kind of really introduces you to a cartoon that is really tugging at your heartstrings and actually it was actually a very emotional episode to watch. Definitely worth a good watch. Definitely worth checking out. And of course, Batman the Animated Series was iconic to everybody as well. Actually, this inspired everybody in the previous generation, and this inspired everybody in the current generation. Probably the two most, as far as television goes, definitely the two most important Batman things you can imagine. But we wanted more Adam West. We all wanted to see him do the Cape Crusader again. And although I don't have a DVD here for it, in 2003, there was a bioepic fun caper that came out, and it's available on YouTube. You can check it out on YouTube right now. It is called Return to the Batcave. Adam West and Burt Ward, getting involved in a plot tying in Frank Gorshin and Julie Newmar, and through this whole plot of them stealing the Batmobile at a Batman exhibit, trying to find the Batmobile, it goes back and tells the story of how Adam West and Burt Ward became Batman and Robin. Again, it's actually very entertaining. It's funny. It's done very lighthearted, just like the old series was. And it kind of gives you a little bit of a nod to that old 1966 TV series. Definitely worth checking out. And again, you can find that on YouTube. It's definitely entertaining. But there's more. So those still wanting some more Adam West, there was a TV series called Brave and the Bold that came out in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, 2005, 2006. This series, I, like many other Bat fans, kind of wrote it off as being a little on the campy side and corny side, which, I mean, then again, kind of forgetting some of the source material, what it was based off of. This was almost kind of like a modern day take on 50s and 60s Batman, and there was lots of nods to the 66 TV series. Batmobile had red trim on it. Dietrich Bader did the voice of Batman. And it was campy, but if you watch it and you're the kind of person that likes Easter eggs, this is a pretty cool show to get into. It's just everywhere you look, you're getting another nod at classic Batman cartoons, television shows, movies, and other animation. It's very, very, very well done. It kind of is a modern day interpretation of also like the Gary Owens Batman voice. So it was pretty good. But there's an episode on season 2, part 1, episode 11, that's called Chill of the Night. And this was kind of an anthology of everyone that was Batman that was ever appreciated as Batman all in one episode. Obviously, Dietrich Bader plays the Cape Crusader in this. But the story was Dr. Fate and Spectre get into a little gamble of Batman making the right decision if he was given the opportunity to save his parents. And the Spectre and Dr. Fate were played by Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. So you got animated series Batman and Joker doing the voice again. And another nod, and where this all ties into what this video is about, you got Adam West and Julie Newmar playing the voice of Thomas and Martha Wayne, which, when I first heard that, I just got goosebumps. So yes, you had Adam West returning again in a Batman story as Batman's father. You had Kevin Conroy as the Dr. Fate, and you had, well, then you had Dietrich Bader playing Batman. But yeah, very entertaining and very cool show to check out. Again, it might take a little getting into if you're one of those, I like my Batman dark. But definitely worth checking out. And recently, and what I look at is kind of the swan song of Adam West playing the Cape Crusader. DC classic original movies have come out with the return of the Cape Crusaders. And this was Adam West and Burt Ward kind of donning the cape and cowl again in animation form, coming back to voice these characters again in a 1966 style Batman, which actually there was a comic book series that came out in 2012. Reading the comic book wasn't totally my thing, but at the same time, when this came out, I wasn't going to miss it, and I really, really am glad I got this. Julie Newmar plays the Catwoman, and it's the 1966 Batman in all its campy glory and all its fun with modern day humor tied into it. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's, yeah, it's a solid, you can watch this as an adult and you can watch this as a kid and still get a lot out of this. And again, to me, this was the swan song of Adam West. It was kind of like his chance to play Batman one last time. And I know they were making a sequel. It would be nice to hear that they finished it before he passed. I don't know. But yeah, it was really awesome. I believe William Shatner was going to play Two-Face in it, which would have been very entertaining as well. But yeah, totally. If you want a little more West as the Cape Crusader, you need to check this out. This literally came out last fall. It's practically brand new. Still available in video stores everywhere, like everything else that I have here today. So again, I did this video in honor of Adam West, an actor who kind of was really inspirational to all of us comic book geeks out there, and he will be missed greatly. So, atomic batteries is power, turbines is speed. Roger, ready to move out, Mr. West. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the memories, and thank you for getting geeks like me and a lot of other people into that crazy, campy, fun, dark, mysterious character that was Batman. Thank you very much.